وما كان المؤمنون لينفروا كافة فلولا نفر من كل فرقة منهم طائفة ليتفقهوا في الدين ولينذروا قومهم إذا رجعوا إليهم لعلهم يحذرون.
Yeah, I mean, because you said usually we discuss that Islam is accused that the women's rights are lower than the men's rights, but some maybe in the Western society looks to it otherwise, that the men's rights are lower than the women's right. Well, you see, Islam is complete law, has to be taken all of it, not part of it. Within the rules and regulations of Islam, you see, there is justice. And what we mean by justice, definition of justice, they said putting everything in its exact place, in its own place. Now, what the men has to have, they have their own rules and regulations, rights and responsibilities, and the women have their own rights and responsibilities. When you take the law in general, you see that there is a proper justice and fairness for both of them. Neither the man is getting more rights than what he deserves, nor the woman getting more right than what she deserves. Of course, we discussed that they have equal rights, not similar rights. And I mean, you give example, you say the child is a human being, but is the right of the child exactly right the working man? No. Somebody unemployed is a human being and has equal right with those who are employed. But are they dealt with by the law similar? No, not similar. This one unemployed is getting help from the government. That one who is employed is giving tax to the government. So do you say there is a favor to this one and injustice to the other one? No, it is not a matter of favor and injustice. It's a matter of his right. Because he is not working, unemployed, then he deserves to get money. And because that one is employed and he has income, well, the government put tax for that. So what I mean, looking to the things from that angle, not from angle of, okay, this one is superior to that one. Somebody handicapped, maybe he's getting extra road, not because now he is higher. It has nothing to do with higher or lower. That is his need, and he given his need. As I say, justice, to put everything in its exact position. Now, exact position for this, because he's handicapped, he cannot work, he may get more money, because the other one who is unemployed, he may get some income, he can work, may not be sufficient for his livelihood, but at least some income he could have, manage, etc. So what I mean, things are not looked higher or lower. Now, the woman, if she has money, she has to pay khums and zakat. If the man has money, he has to pay khums and zakat. For example, that one is equal for men and women. As there are responsibilities for women, there are responsibilities for the man. Other rights for the man. But besides that right, there are other duties for the man is there. So Islam looks to the matter that the man as a man, that is his ability, and these are his responsibilities, and these are his rights. The woman as a woman, these are her abilities, and these will be her rights, and that will be her responsibility. So being fair to both of them as a male and a female, not as one. If we make them one, will be injustice. Like say the employed or unemployed, they will get equal fund from the government. You say that is not fair. The employed one is getting income, that one has no income. So this is not fair, The criminal and the innocent, we punish them both, or we forgive them both. Why? Because they are both human beings. So human beings are equal, so we treat them both equally. Both of them are put in jail, or both of them live free and go home. more or less. You can't say they are equal as a human being, yes. But this one, his right to be free, that one his right because he committed a crime to be punished, for example. So what I mean, equality and the freedom of a human being, or let us say men and women, our subject, does not mean similarity. They are equal in humanity, right? But they are different in gender. Well, he is male with his physical body built as a male, has a lot of difference with the physical body of the women. We discussed in the last lecture about the anatomy, physiology, psychology of the men and women and the differences between them. So naturally, you cannot give all the responsibility of the man to the women or the women to the man. When you say they are equal and you take the men to military service, then do you take a pregnant woman who is pregnant 7-8 months to military service? She said no. If she is giving milk to the baby, you will take her for that? You say no. They say, okay, why? This is not fair. Of course, if you mean equality, it should be fair. But why the law is not accepting that? Because you say she cannot. She cannot means look to her as a female. She has different body and different ability and looked from that angle. As a female, we have to see what is useful, what is harmful to her. And as a male, what is useful, what is harmful. So the law is, from some aspects, okay. Some may say because the man has to give livelihood to the women, so that is unfair. Here they are getting salary for both of them. They mix their salary and give rent of the house or other expenses. They share expenses. Okay, now these are different rules and regulations. Islam, he looked to that from that aspect, and it has its own philosophy. And these are subjects that we are discussing. We will come to that point to go through it in detail.